Dwayne, if you're here to make any major pronouncements about your future, I want to give you that chance.
I gotta understand.
How much have you enjoyed the ride?
That's been a lot of fun. Being able to do what we did this year at the capacity we did it, how much fun we had doing it, it's been a blast.
Have you confided in anyone about what you may do? I mean, have you discussed this decision?
Really just internally with my family, friends, and coaches and teammates. I haven't really put too much thought into it other than it's your dream to play quarterback here at Ohio State and it's your dream to play in the NFL. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you don't dominate on Saturday. So let's worry about the game.
Have you made up your mind?
Tell me, talk to you. Your status has kind of changed a little bit because of what Herbert's doing with Ford. You see a guy like that who many thought was the #1 pick at quarterback in the draft, but sort of the school kind of has an impact on you whether you consider it or not. What do you think when you see that?
I feel like I was the best quarterback in the country regardless of what Herbert did. So,
just for real.
I mean, I'm happy he made that decision for himself, but his decision had nothing to do with me. I'm just blessed to be a Buckeye, so whether it's coming back or not, it's just a big opportunity.
People were kind of shocked by that, though. Were you?
No.
And that's kind of the way that people would think about you if you were.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to my teammates about it all the time. It's like, come back with a national championship, win a Heisman Trophy, and always great things to think about. So, there's a lot on my mind right now.
Well, not analysts, though. A lot of analysts are jumping on board, though, that you would be the best quarterback in the draft, the best rated quarterback in the draft. What does that do for you from an ego standpoint, or whatever you want to call it, a reinforcement standpoint?
It definitely reinforces it, for having somebody to say that much about you. But like I said, I always felt that way about myself. So, honestly, it's just putting the work in and keep getting better because I feel like I get a whole lot better. So, just focus.
Do you see it as a compliment that we're continually asking about this, or has it been a big bother the last month or so?
No, it hasn't been a bother. You want to be in that position to go play in the NFL, so got people taking notice of me.
Dwayne, I don't mean to belabor the point. You said that Herbert doesn't have any impact on you. You always felt like you were the #1 quarterback in the draft. That might be so, but when somebody is in that discussion with you in terms, you see how that has an impact on you now, like on all the boards that we see on the internet, all of the analysts, draft scouts. I think that you're undeniably the #1 prospect at that position in the draft. Does that not impact or play into those internal discussions that you're having?
No, it's pretty cool.
It's
pretty cool.
What has you engaged about this game?
So what?
What has you engaged about playing this game?
Really just being the best quarterback, best leader I can be for this team, and try to find a way for the seniors to go out with the win, for Coach Meyer to go out with the win, and have as much fun as possible out here in LA. So really just my main goal here.
How's the week going?
It's going well. We had a lot of events to go to, a lot of fun things to do. Had a lot of good practices so far, and just preparing for the game.
Dwayne, what do you see with the Washington secondary and maybe how they compared against some other defensive backs you've gone against?
Yeah, they definitely are a talented group. Murphy and a rapper in my class coming out of high school, we play each other at the opening, so I'm pretty familiar with those guys. I was telling someone earlier they play more like a Northwestern type defense, but I feel like they have Michigan State type players, and they do a good job keeping things in front of them. They tackle well, they run to the ball well. But the biggest challenge would be knowing when to take shots, when to check the ball down, and knowing where the pressure's coming from. So that's all I'm worried about right now.
At this point in the season, with the variety of defenses you guys have faced, can you just take us through a little bit of the process of when you guys are watching film and breaking down defenses and figuring out what's going to work? And do you feel like you guys have a lot of options in your offense that based on what kind of defense you're doing, you have a lot of different ways to attack somebody?
Oh yeah, I mean, so Sunday after the game, Coach Day and the rest of the offensive staff go through the film of who we're playing on Saturday. And then Monday I come in and we go over the game plan for the week. And on Tuesday we work on first downs, Wednesdays third down and red zone. And then Thursday we do a walkthrough, and that's when we finalize everything up, finish everything up. So every week is a different team. Every week is different defenses, but we'll have like a base offense that we put in place for whoever we're playing. So each team is schemed up pretty well, and now we have 3 weeks to scheme up for Washington, so we got some stuff for them.
Have you guys added parts to your offense over the course of the season that you feel like you guys were throwing wide and throwing some bubbles and doing the RPOs, and then you got the run game going, and you're taking the deep shots that you have different things that you can pick. Let's try this, let's try that.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like as the season went on, I was able to tell Coach Day what I liked out there on the field. He trusted me to give me those plays during the game. So whether that was with a shot or middle of the field play or a rollout or a screen or a pump screen or whatever the play was, he knew I was going to put the ball in the right place, and he trusted me to do that. Just being able to have your trust of your coaches means a lot, and for him to be able to give me basically the keys to the playbook, it's been a lot of fun.
So how in control of the offense do you feel right now? Maybe especially compared to your first couple starts this year.
I felt like I was in control, but now I just have that just the complete control of it. Just be able to change protections, change plays, being able to see things like at light speed, and then knowing things before they even come. So definitely just feel like preparation is what he's got me really good at, and I can still get better at it, but that's the biggest thing with him.
What's your honest assessment of yourself in terms of that ability, of the ability to read a defense, to understand your own offense? We always talk about your arm and that kind of thing, but how do you think you are as a quarterback in terms of your mental ability and your game planning and your understanding out there?
That's what I think makes me a really good quarterback, because you can sit back there and throw, but if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to look foolish. So the biggest thing with me is pre-snap, being able to see what the defense is doing before, identifying fronts, knowing where pressures are coming from, looking at rotation, seeing coverages, and then, of course, knowing the personnel, knowing the plays that you're running and how it changes versus each defense. Is there's a lot that goes into playing quarterback. So, just different plays you ran this year versus a cover 3 team or a cover 4 team, cover 1 team, pressure teams, 32 fire, 1 fire, 2-man, 2 trap, 2 fire, a lot of different stuff that we see every game. And to be able to be like, well, coach, I see this in this play, and then to get a different play and then change the plays, it's a whole bunch of different stuff. So it's a lot that goes into it.
And I know you've talked about NFL stuff, but just that idea of it, whenever you go to the NFL, that part of it, right? Everyone, you're up on the board with, back in the Gruden days or whatever, but the stuff you have to do mentally, right? That part of it, how confident are you in your ability that when you're at the NFL level, you'll be good at that part of the game?
Oh, extremely confident. I'll kill the board. I love protections. I love plays. If you don't like that being a quarterback, you're not going to last long, because you can throw a football, everyone can throw a football, but if you can't ID fronts, if you can't see pressure, you're not going to last long. So, you got to be able to learn how to love to watch film, be able to learn how to love protections, because at the end of the day, that's what makes you last.
It seems like, and we just talked in interviews, but it seems like the way you talk about it, it does seem like you love it.
Yeah,
at first, a computer about it.
I'll tell you, at first I didn't. I can write a book about protection, honestly, because as a freshman, I thought I knew, but I didn't know. So, Coach Day would kill me, because it'd be like, it was a play and I didn't sight or I didn't change the protection, I'll get killed on the blitz. That's what's going to happen to you if you don't pay attention. So, remember last year versus Illinois, I went in for the first play and wasn't really paying attention, and the linebacker blitzed because I didn't re-ID the front. So after that, I didn't mess up again on protections. So.